AI is taking over the world and tennis is no exception. I'm Brittany with Tennis Warehouse and I'm here with Oak, and we've been play testing the Tenniix Pro ball machine. Now this Pro ball machine is indicated with the AI module right here. You can get the basic machine as well, and then you can have the opportunity to add that AI module as well, simply with just two little screws. It's a separate edition if you've bought the basic already. But one thing we really like about this ball machine is we've been play testing it for a while, and the start, I think, is just how easy it is. You want to kind of talk us through it?
Oh yeah, I mean, once you get this thing on court, the setup is super seamless. All you have to do is position it on the baseline right near that center tee, flip out the legs, open up the top container here, and you're good to go pretty much. You can either use the included voice-activated armband module, but we had a little bit more success using the native Tenniix app to get things going. Once you're on court, you just hit the power button and the app will sort of walk you through everything you need to do. It should automatically connect to the machine. And if you need to do any sort of software update for either the machine or the armband module, you can do that natively through the app as well, which is pretty useful.
I just really liked how easy it was to transport with the handle as well as the strap. It was really easy to take it to and from the court. And then it is also really easy to set up, like you mentioned, and you just simply press the button in the back. You'll hear it turn on. You'll see the screen turn on. It makes some noise. I want to grab the other side. And then this is where all the balls will live. Now you will have to bring a separate basket or bag of balls because you can't transport the balls in the machine. But once you get the balls in here, it holds we found about 75 balls, maybe give or take a little bit more if you want to kind of stack it up. And we had no issues with that many balls in the machine and the machine running smoothly. And I think for the app, it's basically you download it and then it's a pretty basic app and it's really easy to use and kind of figure out which mode you want to use to get started. And then it connects to the ball machine using Bluetooth. So overall, I think that's pretty easy setup. And then as far as battery life, it does have the battery in the side that you charge. We've used about hour and a half on court per session and have had no issues getting through it. Let's kind of go into the nitty-gritties of what this ball machine can do. So the basic machine and the Pro machine have three kind of main modes you can use with the machine. Now the first is training mode. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so training mode's pretty interesting. Through Tenniix's app, you can actually set up and adjust the kind of ball that you're looking for, whether that's a baseline ball, a short ball near the service line, or even a moon ball if you're looking to practice flattening out those kind of shots. And then from there, once you have the type of ball selected, you can actually customize all of the things like ball speed, the angle at which it's released, sort of spin imparted on the ball, as well as the horizontal rotation. So there's very many ways that you can customize how you're getting the shot if you're looking to sort of train and develop one particular response to a certain kind of ball.
When you were using it, what did you like best about it? Like, what did you find worked the best?
I find it was just really good for, drilling the same thing over and over. So if I was looking to sort of, work on my forehand that day, it was great to sort of set up a baseline ball to that side, increase the top spin. And I will say the top spin, while it doesn't penetrate through the court super well, it does kick up really well. So as far as taking balls on the rise, it was really helpful for practicing that in particular. But honestly, I feel like the other modes were maybe a little bit more conducive for like simulating more match play. So what'd you think of like the match mode?
Yeah, so I really like that because I didn't really have to think too much about it. Like there's 6 preset modes already there, and that I can kind of choose and pick which one I like. I could mix it up. I really liked that it'd be about 5 to 6 balls kind of preset, and then they repeat it twice. So it's about a minute of doing the drill. And so I liked, I could start with just forehands and backhands, and then I could kind of mix it up to more of an offensive drill, a defensive drill, and kind of giving myself a variety. And then there's 3 levels too. So there's like a beginner level, I feel like kind of an intermediate and advanced. And I actually preferred the level 2. I felt like that was, for me, the most, I felt most realistic that I'd be playing with. Level 3 was really fun, but it was a very heavy hit ball, so I was working on some timing on that one. But for the most part, I really liked level 2. I think I really liked the offensive drills to keep myself, reminding myself to move forward and attack the ball. And then there's one more mode, which is kind of similar to the match mode, and it's the custom.
Yeah, I really like the custom mode. I think this is personally for me the mode that has the most amount of potential, both for players and coaches. So with custom mode, you can actually pre-program a set of balls to specific locations that you're looking to work on. So if you're working on patterns, for example, some deep cross-court exchanges on, like, say, your backhand side, then followed up by a put-away forehand short, this is great because you can pick the spots on the court that the ball is going to go to and determine the type of ball as well as the things like speed and spin from there. So really good for building out particular patterns, and for coaches, I think that this would be great for having their players sort of, work on preset drill options. It's pretty cool to be able to potentially pre-program something and then send it to your student.
All right, so those are kind of the basic ones, or the basic main ones that are in the basic. Now this is the Pro model, so it does have a couple additional items using this really cool AI thing here. And both of these modes that you can do, you have to use the armband with these. So the ones we were just talking about, you could use the armband or you could use your app to kind of control it. These, you will need the armband to get the most of it. And so that armband, what it does is it's actually tracking where you are on the court. So you're wearing it on your left arm or right arm, depending on whichever your dominant hand is. And then it's tracking where you are on the court. So in the smart training mode, there's two modes. There's track training and there's recovery training. And again, both of these need that armband to work. And this armband will show where you are in the court and it'll indicate you as a little red dot. Now this is one I feel is more for beginners. It'll track where you are in the court and that's where it'll feed the ball. So if you are up kind of short, hitting on the service line, it'll feed a shorter ball. If you move back to the baseline, it'll feed a deeper ball. It has the 4 kind of levels of, you can do a moon ball, you can do a flat ball. It has different types of balls you can have it feed towards you. And then the second one would be the recovery training, which I think is a really cool tool, especially as you're an intermediate player and really kind of focusing on your footwork. So you will have the same red dot for yourself, the yellow dot indicating where it's going to feed, but then there will be a blue square, and that'll be indicating where you need to recover to before the ball machine will feed the next ball. So this is where I liked, if I was hitting forehands, and if I was being fed out wide, I'd have to recover all the way back to the recovery zone before it fed again. So really kind of working on your recovery for each shot.
Yeah, and then the last mode that's included with the Pro AI camera upgrade is the challenge mode. Challenge mode is interesting in the sense that Tenniix will actually sort of grade your performance in real time and adjust its feeds based on that. So depending on the type of shot and the quality of shot that you hit, it'll assign a point metric to your shot. And then from there, if you hit a good shot, it'll usually give you a weaker shot back in response. But if you say hit a weaker shot, it'll then actually give you a harder shot on the next one. So this is sort of like a fun way to sort of challenge you in real time. And again, it's monitoring your court location and sort of using that against you, if you will. But the hard version is definitely well named. It's definitely going to give you a little bit more of a demanding and challenging ball and sort of mix up some additional variety within that as well. But again, both the recovery training and the challenge mode are really good for sort of encouraging just active recovery and just getting you moving around the court as well.
Yeah, I will say in those first two smart training, the ball machine does actually grade your shot as well. It gives you the 1 through 5. And so you can kind of tell like, ooh, the one shot, maybe I need to hit it a little bit deeper. You get more points the closer you hit it to the lines, either the sidelines or the baseline. So a great shot would be 5 points, and that would be something that's hit kind of on the baseline or on the sidelines. Now that kind of wraps up all the features of the machine. I kind of wanted to go through maybe our overall likes and dislikes after kind of hitting with the machine. Yep. What did you really like about the machine?
So for me, standout area of performance is portability. If you're just looking to get going on pretty much any court, this is a highly portable option, especially because it's battery operated, so you don't have to plug it in anywhere, which for me is a huge plus. And I think for a lot of players too, they're just looking for something that's simple, straightforward, not super cumbersome. So that's gonna be the highlight for me, is the portability. And then I actually thought the recovery training was really interesting. For me, that's something that has like a really cool application, and just, again, encouraging good habits on court after hitting a shot and then recovering back. The more that you can build that muscle memory, the better you'll be in the long run, I think. But for me, the mode with the most potential is the custom mode, where you can sort of pre-program a ball route. I just think the application for coaches in particular is huge. As far as like some of my dislikes with the machine go, I was having a harder time, I think, taking full advantage of what the armband can do. Just sometimes the connectivity and talking to the armband was just a little bit hit or miss for me personally. So I had a better experience going directly through the app, and I would like to see a little bit more of the armband's features actually incorporated into the app itself.
So I really like just the ability to work on certain things. If I really wanted to work on my forehand, there is multiple options for me to do it there, and also just the ease of use of the app. Sometimes I don't like to finick around with the machine. Match mode enabled me to pick one thing, and I got pretty much a preset drill almost instantly. I also liked how easy it was to transport, and I do like, because it is a AI model and stuff, there is the ability to upgrade. So we could upgrade. They're constantly upgrading the features and dialing it in and making it better and better. As far as my dislikes, some are pretty similar to yours. The armband for me is still a little bit difficult to use. For one, there's a long list of commands, and I think that's one thing Tenniix can improve, is maybe having that list of commands in their app, because I was having trouble memorizing or knowing what to say with those. And the second thing would be the spins. So for me, the flat ball was great. The spin, there was spin. Like, there was actually, when they got to level 3, there was a lot of spin. And sometimes I'm not sure if it was the most realistic ball that like my opponent would hit. For the top spin and the underspin or backspin, the ball would kind of hit the court and then kind of either bounce up high or bounce low and kind of die, and not maybe more like penetrate the court as a normal ball would do. However, though, that's, I feel like, a kind of a minor thing. You kind of get used to it, and I'm not gonna be hitting against like a Rafa or anything that I have to worry about high, heavy spin. But what was your favorite feature of the machine? Was there any one specific drill you really like to use?
If I had to isolate one thing, it would be the custom mode, where you can pre-program a ball route. I think, again, that's just gonna be something that's extremely unique compared to a lot of other machines. And again, just huge potentially for coaches to send to their students.
And mine was kind of a feature we found towards the end. It was called the hand feed, and we kind of saw it as one of the options. And then I was playing around with it, and I kind of found it 2 great uses for it. The first use would be, I could see my young daughters really liking it. Basically, you kind of set it up and it'll do a little kind of pop right in front of you. And I think that's much less scary than a kind of a ball shooting over the net. And that can really help with kind of the beginning, you know, as they're starting to get used to tennis, and kind of having just like a fun little element there. And then the other thing I used it for was actually when I was serving, we kind of set it up to the side, and we worked on the timing of it, and I got it to kind of feed me a ball every about 10 seconds. I think we had it 7 to 10 seconds set up, so I could serve and then have another ball be fed to me kind of almost a second or 2 after the serve. So that actually made serving for me more fun, which sometimes serving a basket of balls is, you know, not the most exciting thing in the world. But overall, I think that aspect, I think for me, I could see it using for my daughters. I was actually training for some tournaments, and I did go out and use this when I couldn't find a partner, everyone else was busy. So I do think it does cover a wide range of players, whether you're a beginner or kid, and you can keep, with the custom mode, you have the ability to adjust it to whatever level you think's best.
Overall, we were highly impressed with this machine's portability, various training modes, and the potential applications for both coaches and players alike. That wraps up this overview and review of the Tenniix Pro AI ball machine. For more information on anything else tennis related, check us out at Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, and Tennis Only.